Okay, so let's say you're a senior and you just recently received an increase in your Social Security benefit, if you are collecting, that is. Let's talk about this for a brief moment and other stuff, and I'll be back in a minute. Good morning. Good morning. This is Jan from New York City. Channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. I truly love helping people keep some more of their own hard-earned money. Could that be you? Yeah. And for seniors who are collecting their brand new amounts of Social Security because it reflects the recent increase, just over 3%, you will see a change, an increase in your Social Security check. Without answering the question directly or too personally, in the back of your mind's eye, what are you going to do with that increase? Now, some people might even be laughing after I ask that question, and I expect that. Or some people may really be thinking, well, what could I do with that extra X number of dollars in my check each month? Well, I can offer one suggestion. One of it is, if you have not started a stockpile, put some of that, not all of it, some of that percentage towards your stockpile purchases for your groceries. Because a lot of times people say, I can't start a stockpile. I don't have enough money to start a stockpile. Okay, well, if you were surviving or thriving on your just a month ago number of your social before the increase, you're going to be getting an increase or have received it already by the time you might be hearing this audio video. Ask yourself, what am I going to do with this? You might just leave it there and let the savings accrue. Take something, hit a goal, write down a goal you want to hit, put that money into another account, a high yield interest account. That's another lovely goal. But now sometimes people feel, I'm not talking about when there's a need. When there's a need, a true need. But sometimes in general in life, people get a little extra money and they feel an obligation to right away spend it. I have a little difficulty understanding that. It's just like even at Christmas time. For example, people get a lot of gift cards, right? They're blessed with many, many gift cards. And of course, it is truly up to the person what they want to do with their gift money. It's always up to the person. But my question, it's just a question, is let's think of this for a second. Just because somebody else or something else other than earned money on our own puts money in our pocket, in our hands, does that mean, now here's the real part of the question, that right away, it has to be spent? No, things do not have to be spent for right away. For example, let's go back to that 3% increase, for example, okay? Get your check, a new month, 3% increase. A great idea is to, as they say, set it and forget it type thing. Leave it there. Leave it there. Leave it in your savings. Go another month. Leave another month's worth in your savings, if at all possible. I understand this is this is a world now, where it's really can be a huge struggle at the grocery store. I get that. Matter of fact, I saw a video the other day. I really wish I remembered. It was on the TV, so I wasn't paying too much attention to the channel name. But this gentleman, he was a gentleman. He was walking around a store. He lifted the items up in the air. He showed the actual store prices of some of the stuff. And I have to tell you, these are ordinary items that I personally don't buy. Let's just put it that way. So I wouldn't really have paid much attention to the cost. But when he put these items up in the air and he showed the actual store prices, I have to say, my head was spinning. I said, am I really watching this? It's like, am I really watching this? So I am very eternally grateful. And this was on, across the country here. This wasn't even like a New York thing or, California thing in terms of, high prices and stuff like that. This was like somewhere in middle America. Okay. And I'm like, whoa, this is not good. This is not good. Lucky for me, I don't personally care for those particular grocery items. But, there are ways and there are ways. So let's get back to this thing about in general life. Okay, now let's skip over the Social Security part. If you are gifted or if you are blessed with extra monies, okay, unexpected windfall, I have a question. Is right away, you don't have to answer it in the comment section, but in your head, is right away your personal knee-jerk response? Is it, okay, I got this extra money, that means I am obliged to spend this? Well, I have to tell you, you would not be alone. You would not be alone. I'm not sure if that's the greatest response. I don't think it is. I think a great thing to do is to wait. Example. Here's another example of where waiting makes a big difference. All right. There are a lot of people who they're just very spontaneous. Okay. They just want things done yesterday. They look at something on an online site. They go, wow, I want this. I want this thing and I want this thing right now. A really good idea is to wait. Give it the 24 to 48 hour thing. Throw it in your shopping cart if you want. And ask yourself the next day or 2 days later, do I still really want that thing, that shiny, bright penny? 9 out of 10 times, you may surprise yourself to find out you don't really want that thing. And you definitely don't need that thing. This is where a lot of people start losing money and find themselves sitting around with the leaky wallet situation. So patience is a very excellent thing. And I'm telling you, by just waiting, you'd be shocked and amazed to know that lots of times people turn to shopping as, like, let's say they had a bad day, totally, completely unrelated to shopping in any way, shape, manner, or form. They wake up, they have an argument with a friend or a family member, and, it festers in the person's mind, in the back of their mind. And subconsciously, it like eats at them, just bothers them the whole day. Subconsciously, it just irks them. So what do a lot of people do? They go for the 2 words that I do not like the most ever. These 2 words put together, Janet does not like at all. It is such a myth. Retail therapy. Really? Retail therapy? Really? Think about this. So what do? They run to their cards and they run to their computers or they run to their stores and they think that shopping the feeling away of anger, resentment, whatever, of really whatever it is that happened, that a great dose of forgiveness would be a great thing instead. So instead, what do? Run for the plastic, run for the shiny new penny. And then 2 days later, look at that shiny new penny in a box and go, what did I do and why? See, there's like so many things in how we react to gifts, increases in income, or whatever. But I could tell you this much. We do not have to right away spend immediately just because we were given that extra increase, whether it's in the form of a Social Security increase, whether it's in the form of extra gift cards or windfalls. Think carefully, take a breath, and ask yourself. It goes back to the same old thing, as usual, wants versus needs. I know I've been a little bit long and sort of, faltering back and forth, but it's the same issue that will always be important, being able to distinguish a want from a need. This is an opportunity. Any increase you get in income is a great opportunity to do other constructive things. If you want to spend, go spend some money on your stockpile. Am I right or am I right? Well, it's a thought. Okay. Everyone have an amazing day. Let's do more like this lady does. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care.